Hey there everybody, we're on the Grandpa's Farm here for episode number 2. In last episode, we did not have any audio because it got deleted. So this time, I'm going to try and do something differently and try and keep the audio, but since we finished forage harvesting last video, we're going to get going on tillage, and if we have enough time here, possibly planting. I'm just gonna open up the shed here. And, well, we're gonna use the nice tractor, actually, and the Magnum, and we're just gonna put that on the tillage. I don't think it needs the duals, just because of how small it actually is. But if you hear any clicking in the background, that would just be my controller. Don't know why it's so loud, it just is. Some parts of it are crazy quiet. Some parts are way too loud. That should never have been a thing. And we're gonna unfolder here, and it looks like I missed a spot, so we're just gonna run that on over. And sorry my voice is like this. I kinda have to be a little bit quiet. But we'll just set Willie going on there, and again, I hate when I accidentally just switch between tractors. Played this game for literally too long. And then I think what we're gonna have to do is, since we harvested that and they're both fertilized, we need to spread some nitrogen, which probably not the safest thing that we would be doing it with a open cab tractor, but gotta do what you gotta do. At least has a shade, so it's not gonna be raining on me. And I don't know if the cattle are fed, so I might just set this guy working too, and we'll get him going. I will be trying to post almost daily content. If not, it will be just about. At least on American farming. Sorry if my voice is like this. As far as I'm just limited to my iPhones right now, and well, it's not exactly the best. So we will, like my favorite, Bluetooth open the doors. It's personally one of my favorite parts of the game. And then we will read back up to the forage mixer, which of course I left food in, because why not? And Grandpa, let me tell you, was not a big-time operator at all. All he had was these 3 little plots here, and one of them has been cultivated. Like, he didn't even plant one of them, which, don't ask. I mean, guy's dead already, so I would not ask questions, but still, his ghost might be around here somewhere. So we'll just make sure the moms are fed and the little yearlings, I believe they're called. And of course they want more food. By the way, this is just to let everyone know, this is not a base game farm. I have spent over a couple days just playing this on free time, and then just so happened to create a YouTube channel and said, screw it, why not? So we are going to keep feeding these guys until they're full, and then feed the soon-to-be steers on the other side of the property. And it looks like the Magnum is getting work done over there quite nicely, and we also have the nitrogen worker going, being very proactive. One thing I wish they had in this game was the ability to sell your feed, because I have over 600,000 pounds in that storage thing just from continuously doing it, because you don't break even on the food. You gain, I don't know, maybe 50,000, 100,000 pounds per harvest. And I've been doing this for I don't know how long. So, do wish they could, sell that, because if I could do that, that would be amazing, because I could just, anything extra, keep 20 extra thousand just in case, and then just sell all the rest. Which, in real life, I think you can do that, maybe. Maybe not, I have no clue. But this is gonna be a realistic type series where we're not cheating any money into it. And I just bought that field over there before yesterday's video. And we're gonna try and keep it fairly realistic with the equipment too, and not try and have like outrageous 15, 36 row planters and all that. But although I also kind of need, my device might need to be upgraded eventually, because when you get so far into this game and you have so much land and equipment, even though your phone might not register everything, like all the crops, it tries not to register it, so it'll just kind of keep focus on what you can see. But I mean, even if I've tried doing that, turned all the graphics to almost nothing, and it did help. Probably didn't crash as often, but, not exactly the best, especially when you buy, I can't even imagine. There's a $10 million option. I just eventually, I think I bought the 2 million, and that thing was, it did okay, because I didn't buy too much stuff, but I can't imagine 5 times that. I can't even imagine what it would do. But, phones are getting better and better, so we are just gonna keep on doing this, and then we will see you all when all the cows are fed and that field is done being fertilizer cultivated. Okay, everybody, now that that is all done, we can now go over to the Magnum. I think has just finished cultivating this field, and I know that that spreader is already done on that field over there. So I think what we're gonna do is get this, switch these out, and then I think what I'm also gonna do is make that the 1206 go on the manure spreader and spread that other field, considering it has no fertilizer. And I think what I'm going to have to do for that is also spread it twice, because these are different fertilizer levels. Because of course they are. Don't know why Gramps did that. Just randomly decided, hey, let's just completely do it all together and just, leave them two different types. So, I do like this tractor, especially because I have one fairly similar to it in real life, and it's just pretty much my dream tractor. So, thankfully, Grandpa had this one and not like some other newer tractor that costed 10 times more, but somehow still had no horsepower. And also, I do like how in this game the prices for an acre are fairly realistic, because heck, I just looked at them like a day ago, and they were about, on the low side you were getting $8,000 for land, but I don't know if that was, I don't think that was I think that was it was not tillable, or it was tillable land, it just was not tilled at all. And that was about $8,000. And for tillable land, it was going for 15 grand per acre. And I'm not trying to give them any ideas, because land is already hard enough to buy in this game, especially with this cattle farm, where I am making, at max, you make about $50,000 every single year. So if you want to upgrade to the bigger cattle farm, which is so far the main goal, where I'm trying to do that, heck, I have to do this for 5 more years. And what I'm thinking about doing is just not harvesting some of them and kind of speed running them, so I'm probably not going to record that on camera. And we'll probably get some videos in between then, but until that point, probably just going to try and get there as close and fast as possible. And I completely went the wrong way to go to the 1206. Because that thing is going to go spread manure. I think the only recommendations I have for this game is just, I think land is okay. I think what would be nice is if you could have more cows in the starting cattle farm, so you can make a little bit more. And then, again, like everyone else is wanting, something in between the 36 and the 12-row planter, because that was a very big jolt up, if in my opinion, especially considering that one is like 22 to 250. That's over 10 times as much. I could get 10 12-row planters for the cost of that one. Not including tractors, obviously, but big jump up, in my opinion. And if you've made it this far, thank you. Just try and hit the subscribe button, get those notifications on. I will be trying to post daily videos on here, but I am on spring break right now, so I'll try and post as much as humanly possible. And I just completely missed my target. Went the opposite way, Did wake up quite early to post this video, just because it's my second ever video. A little bit excited. Would not recommend, but gotta do what you gotta do these days. And I will be trying to post a couple of shorts here at some point in time, just trying to diversify the content a little bit, and just trying to make it a little bit more interactive with my viewers, like every single, and I keep doing that, okay. Wrong button. Actually, I would not mind if I could sell this tractor. Actually, I'll keep it just because my grandpa won't like it. Eventually, I'm trying to build a more or less of like a realistic farm build, just because my grandma and dad happen to have, my grandpa actually in real life has passed, so really right now it's my grandma's farm. Actually, that's the Grandma's Farm series. So right now I'm just trying to recreate that as best as I could, just because why not. And the Magnum are there, and we do have the 1066, which is about as close as I can get in this game to a John Deere 5400, which actually has a lot less power than that, but just to make to be able to use as much with it and have the most fun in this game, we're just going to do that. Now, I would believe the Magnum is cultivating there, fertilizer spreading there, and we're manure spreading over there. Now, the only thing we need to do is plant. And I would happen to believe that the spreader is most likely going to get done first, considering it's the biggest equipment and the smallest field. So I don't know how much storage I have. Yeah, I have 53,000 pounds, almost, I think it's a little bit above halfway there. And we will keep on walking over here. Actually, another thing is if you could use your dog a little bit more, because I do love the dog, just can't use it that much. Not a lot of tractors have enough room in there for it, which, not their fault. Great addition to it. Also, if you want to name the dog, leave a comment. Considering I don't think there will be a lot of you, your odds are fairly good of getting picked. And, okay, well, I'm just going to drive you over to there, because screw it, I'm not going to walk there. This field, actually, I'm surprised he did a full headland. I'm going to be completely honest. Didn't think he was going to be able to do that. And I have way too much manure that I am just, dang there, mister. Same outfit, twinsies. Did not know that they happened to completely copy your outfit. Kind of cool. Pretty cool, though. Favorite tractor in this game would be, mine at least, is the versatile 935. Just because I think it's a very used, tractor. In my other series that I have on this phone, which I don't know if I'll post on, I have that tractor, and it's more of a middle ground tractor, but it can haul a couple of cultivators, and it can be used by the planter. It has a grain cart that it can be used by, and it just all around I think looks cool. So as far as I'm concerned, that's just the best one in this game with price to coolness ratio. But I know that the Case Quadtract is the best tractor with price to how much implements you can use with it. So if you do want to leave it down in the comment section what yours is, feel free. If not, perfectly fine if you don't. Now I'm gonna, even though I know we did harvest in April, we would happen to be planting, So it's a new special breed of corn that can be harvested and planted at the same time. We're just perfect climate. Nothing ever goes wrong here. Tornadoes, storms, not even a thing. But on Grandma's farm, on my actual Grandma's farm, they have 90 acres, so heck, if I could get anything close to that, that would be nice. But we do have to focus on getting the other cattle farm so we can make some more money on this. And all my AI workers will happen to be named Jerry and Bob. Don't know why. That's their names. Except for Willie. Never mind. Willie and Bob. I do like that name. Okay, shoot. Wait. We're gonna go put this on the other field because he is still cultivating. Looks like our cows are doing quite nicely, except for that one that's laying there. Hopefully it's still alive. Would need your meat. I don't know how much time my mothers actually have, considering I've had those from pretty much day one on this farm. I might have replaced them once, might not have. No clue if I didn't. At least I have audio this video, because last video I didn't. Super sorry about that. I would not recommend watching it. It's just me explaining all the basics to this farm, and then with no audio, so it's just me looking at a bunch of things very awkwardly. If you want to get a good laugh, you might want to watch that. But if not, you don't have to. It's okay. Just some context to that. Now I think this guy's gonna be empty. Yeah, in like 2 seconds. Okay, let's see if I can catch up now. I ran track in middle school. Oh yeah. Take the corner. Never mind, I'm super slow. Okay, there we go. Apparently it's worn off on me. And I also I think I'm gonna fill this thing up. Okay, just completely run over the corn. That's perfectly fine. Or run it diagonally in the rows. There we go. Also, love the starting combine. We need to get a combine somewhat close here. I think it will offer us some more money, but I think 5 acres of corn isn't gonna make me go get $250,000 anytime close. So, just trying to eventually get there, and at some point in time I will just not plant for a little while or something, and then just completely skip a bunch of time. So, it's like skipping a couple years of just doing it, but without the effort, which, I think every farmer in real life would actually enjoy doing. Just, like build up supplies and then just skip time and let the cows grow and grow and grow with feeding them, and that's about it. And, okay, we're switching back, because I'm not going to switch. So one rule I said I would never do, unless it was a complete accident. So we're probably just going to let this guy finish planting both fields. Actually, speaking of, how much are those planters? Because I would not, okay, 22,000. I would not mind whatsoever at all buying another planter, especially with that, because I wanted to get like, I wanted to get the 36 row, and then I look at $250,000. I could either get a bunch of cows or a planter, which I'm not gonna lie, I think seems a little bit outrageous, especially because we get a bin site, a cattle, like a feed bin around there too, and we get to hold a bunch of cattle. So I think the trade-off of a planter or that little bit uneven. Another thing I need though is I need to get a semi truck, and so I need to get the cab over semi, which is about 90 grand, And then I also need to get the semi-feed this. So I need to spend about $220,000 before I can even think about getting that cow farm. And that's just because I cannot transport feed between here and there with only, I don't even know how much it holds. It holds almost nothing. This little, 9,400 pound, thing. I just can't. I would need the other one. And I also think I would still run this, and this would be the priority one, but those cows I don't think would be able to be grown to nearly as big as these, because I put these as max weight. Those other ones, don't think that would be good. And forgive me. But, okay, okay, just watch here, don't worry about that. Sometimes I forget how to do this on controller. There's a help menu in the settings button, which I did learn all the controls from over the course of playing this for days on end. Because I used to binge play this game while watching a YouTube video, and well, now you guys can too. This game does cost, I think, $7 on the App Store. Would recommend, although buying all the add-ons I don't think is worth it, just for the cost of them, but you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do at all, completely your decision. And it does add some more fun to the game, I'll give them that. Especially, I do wish, the one thing I wish is that they made the forage harvesters a little bit bigger, so there was like a 3-row or something like that, because you essentially go from a 2-row forage harvester to one of the biggest forage harvesters, just the biggest. You go from the smallest to the biggest. One thing that they could possibly get better at is having a nice in-between, like the planter. One thing would be nice. This guy's gonna go rolling, and I think the Magnum's done on the cultivator. So, I'm thinking about, actually, what I'm gonna do is I can get this case farm all at any point in time, although I cannot get a nice planter, or at least a new one. So we will be buying that. And hey, that could be the title of the video right there. And now we are officially broke. So that's nice. And while we're patiently walking over there, since we have time on our hands, don't forget, if you're watching this, like and subscribe, turn the notifications on so you can see all these videos, especially if you like them. You can unsubscribe at any point in time. I'm not holding you hostage about subscribing. Thank you if you do. If you don't, perfectly fine. And we're almost there. Also, that semi-truck, it'd be nice if, I always get tempted by that. I'm like, man, I do wish I had a semi-truck right now. Okay, and we're at the other end of the field, forget that. And we took a taxi. That's always the thing I come up with. Okay, of course, I think it was Willie. He forgot this. Perfectly fine, but eventually I gotta fire that guy. And also, they made the coding for this so where when you do this, they don't actually do like two headlands over here. They like cut in the middle of it. Which I guess would be kind of hard because it's a very awkward shaped field, but always gotta clean this bit up. Which is perfectly fine. Never any harm in manual labor. So now we gotta go to the dealership and pick up our nice planter, which we just bought. Just had to, pull up my computer, saw that they had one on the lot, picked it up. I think it's fairly new. Don't know if it's brand new, but if it isn't brand new, it's just about. In real life, no clue if this. Okay, and Willie, why are you? Willie, so you do cultivating and manure spreading? Geez, this guy's really trying to get a paycheck out of us. He's doing. Actually, this field went surprisingly quick for manure spreading. That's all I gotta say. It is the biggest field that Grandma does own, and yeah. Well, we are not going to go in the corner. And I just sorry for there will be not that many cuts or music just because the editing software, I just have not found any good editing software. Like yesterday I tried to add my audio because I did record the audio using a separate thing on my iPhone. And then what happened is I couldn't link it together. So I had to post yesterday's video with no audio, and then I had to watch 50 videos on how to get audio with my recording, which apparently when you do screen record, there's this thing that you can hold on it, and it takes you to this other little area, and then there's a microphone button, and it says, when you record, do you want to, also record your voice? And I said, heck yeah. So I've been trying to do. And then I tried to learn that all yesterday. And heck, I had nothing. So then I just completely gave up. Somehow found this amazing person that showed me how to. And I posted a short about how to do that. Which was a good short, I think. If you want to go check that out and you want to do this and you want to post YouTube videos on American farming like this or any other mobile game, and you happen to also want to and you want to take your voice with it too and your screen, go watch that short. I kind of tell you a little bit about it, except I'm only on iPhone. If you're on any other phone device, sorry about that. Can't really help you. Right now, we will just drive to the old dealership, which is... Actually, I kind of like how they separated it, because it's like, it's not too far. It's also... actually, what I can do is I can utilize the feature where you hit the Boxcar Magnum, you hit drive, or wait, no, you hit this, you hit, you go to maps, you go to locations, and you can hit it, and then you hit drive to, and then you can just sit in here, or you can get out of it and do something else, but you can just kind of sit in here and relax as it drives for you. Nice little auto feature, I do say myself. That was one of the better things that they did. And then you can just get the planter real quick. we are slowly getting more equipment, but one thing I just need if I'm gonna be upgrading this farm and making $250,000 is, yeah, I need more equipment. But, you know, especially at that, like, when you get so many cattle, it's just, okay, looks like we are not gonna have enough money at all. Not enough money to purchase seed, eh? Well, that's nice. I'm broke. $5, 40 cents, you know. Also, I will be posting, or at least trying to post, some in real life farming videos, because I am going to be doing about a acre of sweet corn and popcorn, and trying to be selling that to make some extra cash, so I can more or less invest it back into this YouTube channel and, you know, make it more enjoyable for everyone. Because I don't think a lot of people want to watch some crappy videos posted by some not so good YouTuber. And I just hit B, not X or A. And then we will do that. And the amount of walking I do in this game. Okay, never mind. This guy's just going to take me back there way faster. So, I love how much realism that there is in this game, especially, like, I mean, this is exactly how my tractor looks like. It has duals, it has these things, it has the weights on it. I mean, it's almost identical. So the only thing left we pretty much have to get is, we have to get, I think I'm going to buy the Case Puma, because that's pretty much what it looks like, except it doesn't have those rear fenders like that. So maybe we'll get something more like... Wait, did they get rid of that? No, it's still there. I have no clue. I think the Case Puma is what I'm going to have to deal with. Or this. This thing's adorable. I like that there's like 2 farm malls, and it's, this one's 40, this one's 75, you know. Well, it's got a loader on it, so it's quite useful, actually. I don't know why they don't, on like this actual screen, they don't show it as a loader. Don't know why they don't do that. Probably just not enough room. But the Case Puma, eventually, after I buy the cattle farm, we will be buying this thing next, and then just upgrading the amount of land we have. And yeah. One thing I like about this is that there is 10 times less work than hay. Because if you were trying to make it with hay, I did try it. It's just because base game equipment, it's super cheap, which is, you know, good. But the thing is it's super cheap. Like, to get that, you have to have this, and then you have this thing, and then you have these 2 little suckers, like this baler, which the mower is kind of the problem. And it's like, well, you wouldn't think, you know, this one goes 14 miles an hour, this one goes 4 miles an hour faster, and I think it's also bigger. Maybe not, but they're about the same size. But still. And then merger-wise as well, the merger is way bigger than that. You can double row it, so you're going... This thing is just so much more productive. But on the other hand, it costs $5. And I'm not going to pay $5. At least until I make $5 on YouTube. Once I make money, I'll put it right back into here. But till then, we're stuck living like this. And I completely missed my stop. And for some reason, this planter is just doing one headland twice. Trying to get that double crop, I guess. But don't know how long this video will be. They're probably going to be fairly long, because I hate when YouTubers post like 8-minute long videos, because I usually will watch a video and then play this at the same time, at least like off camera in my own time, and then I will just, do that and have some nice audio in the background. But when it's only 8 minutes long, I don't get too much to enjoy. I get 8 minutes of good video, and then I get crap, because my favorite YouTuber has just now, posted that. But, a lot of those YouTubers post, like, 40 minutes, I'm not calling any names. But I love all of them the same. Okay, since I was talking for so long, where were we going? We had to go and get the other planter. Yes, you. And I guarantee my other farmers out of manure. So we will just casually click the wrong button and then do this, hit that, and there we go. I do like how they spent so much time into this game. It's quite nice. Well, we are almost done with everything here. Don't have too much left to go. This tractor can take it. Okay, I'm not gonna drive in there. That's disgusting. I don't think any tractor would ever drive in there. I just gotta back around up real quick. I don't actually know if you can, with a bucket, unload manure into these. I don't know if this is the only way to, because they do have a bucket. I don't know if it's just like for decoration purposes or something, or if it's like you can actually like unload stuff with it. Sorry, I think I'm a little bit sick today, but sorry, the audio is not going to be the greatest. Just try my best, though. And we will set this guy to get this done. And resume, there we go. Switch over to this guy. Planter unfolded, and we will pretty much, I think I could just get started on this. Can just get started, and we will do that. Yeah, so I think we will probably continue this into the next video here, just because I got that field planted and this guy. As soon as this guy's done manure spreading, I think we will cut it. And I think that's gonna be it. We have gotten quite a bit done in this video, and we cultivated everything, so everything's all cultivated up, planted a field, I think manure spreaded one, bought a new planter, got that running, and we have done quite a bit, especially considering Grandpa was not a good financial thing. I think he pretty much that's why he has no equipment, is because he did it for so long. But all he pretty much did was buy, like, he had saved enough money to put down fertilizer, feed his cattle, and plant. And then he did that, set aside just enough money, and then gambled it all away. And then I think one time he won, that's why he bought the Magnum. Okay, you're almost done here. I will stop this, get on out. And sometimes these AI workers will just, for some reason, keep on going. To be fair, I think it does look a lot slower when you are in first person view than like when you're like this. But I think it's the exact same. Anyways, everybody, thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my videos, and keep watching them if you want to. If not, you're good. Thank you, and bye.